National Football League. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. He was a tour de force a week ago. 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Eagles and the Bears, and it's all up next.
Yeah, you see it. 6 touchdowns, just 1 pick. Jalen Hurts murdered. I think we played Washington last week, man. It was crazy. It's like my Eagles, we didn't murder the Cowboys yesterday, but we did win. I'm tired of hearing about Dallas every year. Shush, cut it out. This is season 2. My Philly redemption, Philadelphia Eagles. Second season on Madden 24. 9-1 going against the 8-3 Chicago Bears. Let's get it.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They better be careful what they wish for, ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. Leaves it for Petty. A strong running. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You look at this Bears defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action.
Swift is hit, and he calls it out.
Wow, that ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he is caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew it.
He's got a man complete. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Chris Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
I honestly don't. They're
They're
calling it a touchdown.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that.
I don't think he was in.
Into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have the
I
team
don't understand why that developed like that, but whatever. They're challenging him. They're not challenging him. Wow. They gave that to me.
And they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Dances by him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down. You look at this Eagle defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number one overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get to third down.
Dallas got it. Let the spirit of Zach.
Touchdown pass on the first drive, and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third.
The spirit of Zach Ertz compel you.
To let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And he'll get this back across the midfield, straight down to the 47-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he brings a piece of tape on.
I should have known that was too easy. I should have just went with the original play, halfback wham.
And put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get a second one.
And they'll begin by running the option. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Fields going to get that outline to Mooney. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. After 1-7-0. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Do it. Darius Slay, baby.
Early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Now this throw caught left side, and it gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. The Eagles at 10-1 now on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL.
Touchdown, Eagles! A.J. Brown, 30 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead back.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. gets him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Under pressure, they got him again. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 3rd and long. It's Fields. And he's going to go down again. Hassan Reddick drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Taken right around the 44. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Penny is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Fields now to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tommy Townsend now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this out wide to Scott.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here now, 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
3rd down and 1. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he gets a little more than he needed. 4 yards of pickup there on 4th and 2. So we've come to halftime here in past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
2nd down, here's Hurts. Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
They'll look to throw here. Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football.
Trying to throw it away, and I wasn't able to do it in time.
A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball. That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly. Get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Let's celebrate.
Wow, did that just happen? Did that really just happen? Okay, class. I see you.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all. There he goes, left side. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20, pushing his way through, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big-time game.
Well, that was crazy.
Using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
At the 3-yard line.
Cook will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he takes this one.
Finally got in the end zone. And it was all Justin Fields at the beginning, like 8 freaking times. He still somehow gets a running touchdown.
So that Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to have
Let the spirit of Zach Ertz compel you.
Good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Swift. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So another touchdown there.
The clock was winding down. I don't know if
now see them giving up this lead.
And this is
whoever that was in. And they're not challenging us either.
But if you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it.
5-7. At the end of the 3rd, with literally 1 second left on the play clock to get that touchdown.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided
7 sacks today for our defense.
all of them. Both offenses
Make
put
it
at
8.
least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Fields. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Still on his feet. Inside the 10.
That was some lucky bullshit, is what that was. We should have had. Could have had. We the tackle. Oh, that's all good though.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually... and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Inside handoff, Penny. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Hurts throws complete to Goddard. And he'll be taken down across the 50.
Let the spirit of Zach Ertz compel you.
A big pickup there for the Eagles 1st down, 18 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's going to go out of of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it
Damn.
that confidently,
Jeremiah Blanton, my center, the guy who replaced Jason Kelsey, my rookie, broken ribs. I mean, he's going to be out for a while. That's
and look like turtle at this point. You just go.
well, they just showed me the name, but I don't know.
They go play action with Hurts. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Swift is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. T.J. Edwards able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
And the Bears' 1st down.
Now Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Fields to Kmet there for his Chicago first.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Fields now to throw.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere.
This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That one fourth down here. That pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
And that'll end it.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Philadelphia, they continue.